Hello everyone, my name is Benedict. I'm a knitter, a mother, and a disabled mother, and a full-time working mum, living in the north of Paris in France. And this is my knitting podcast. A space in the internet where I talk about my knitting process. I've been away for a while. I'm in a bit of a slug. I'm knitting, but I'm not finishing things. I'm struggling to make decisions. There is a bit of sun right now, but it's been very gloomy and it affected my mood. So I thought, okay, instead of going to the gym on my lunch break, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk to you about my process. I'm going to start by the end, because I realized that once I start talking about my knitting, I forget to talk about the podcast I've been watching and enjoying. And I think I'm going to start by that, because when I'm stuck, when I feel a bit down because I can't decide, I find a lot of comfort and inspiration and joy in watching other people's podcasts. So I think I should start by acknowledging two of them today. The two podcasts are from never know, French speaking girl. The first one is from YarnFlakes, that you already know, because she's been a knitting designer for a few years, and a few months ago she decided to stop designing as a professional, and she gave all her pattern for free on Ravelry. So maybe you saw some of her pattern on your Ravelry page. I think it's very generous. She's been hosting a podcast for many years. It's in French, but maybe you can, if you don't speak French, you can try watching it with the translation. Because I really like the way she explained how she designed things. I think it's what it's lacking in my podcast. I don't really explain why I decided to do one thing or the other, because I'm not a designer. So I really like that she explains why she chose a technique over another one, because of the yarn, because of the weight, because of the construction. And no, it's really great. I think she's been doing that for 10 years, so it looks easy. If you've tried to make a video explaining your knitting and then you don't remember the name of the pattern, the yarn, the color and anything, you realize that it's not that easy. And when she talks for 1 hour, it looks like it's very easy. Another podcaster and designer is Maya from Maya Tinks. She's from the French part of Switzerland, but her podcast is in English. If you should start by one, I think you should just watch the last one, because she talked about in length about the designing process of Patagonia sweater, and it's so interesting, and she's very lively, and she talks about all the obstacles and how she overcome them, and why she's choosing to one technique again. It's very, very interesting, and it's not always my style of knitting, but sometimes you need to get away from your zone of comfort, and just watch some other things. I think for myself that's what I'm trying to do. And so okay, so 3 or 5 minutes to talk about those two podcasts, and now let's talk about why I'm stuck. I'm not wearing knitting today because I'm trying to trick myself into going to the gym. So I dressed to go to the gym so that I just have to get out of the house and go to the gym. And I let's see if I succeed. So I'm not wearing any wool. Anyway, it's not that cold in Paris right now, even though it's rainy. So let's talk about what I've been doing and why I'm stuck. So this is, you've seen it before, the everyday top. I wrote all my notes. Everyday Attitude. It's not everyday top. Everyday Attitude by Susan Sommer. In Isaiah organic linen, in the colorway indigo and nougat. I think it's my last attempt at knitting summer top, because I'm not good at it. I'm at the moment of that design where I do not enjoy it. I just want it to be done, and I don't want to knit it, and I just want it to be done. It has nothing to do with the pattern, but I started this last year, stopped it because I was stuck, tried, unraveled everything, started everything from the beginning, and now it's nearly done, but everything has been difficult. Maybe because this pattern was too difficult for me, because it's not that easy to knit linen. Everything was complicated. The color I had to undo like 3 times because it was not big enough for my head. In this moment I got it wrong, but I decided to leave it because it was that or frogging it. Because you have to knit the top part flat, it's like garter, so you have to keep in pattern, and then once you join in the round, you have to knit 1 row, purl 1 row in one color, knit 1 row, purl 1 row in one color, in the other color, to make the stripes in garter. I'm stuck because I have big shoulders and big arms, because I work with walking sticks, and this doesn't fit my arms, so I have to unravel. I'm not even sure, I don't know, it's not, I have to try maybe the Jenny stretchy stuff, or maybe I'll do what I did for the color. The color, you were supposed to do some ribbing and then fold it and knit it inside. And I did that, and it was not stretchy enough. So I think I did a 3 needle bind off with a bigger size needle. And I think it needs blocking because I unraveled it so many times that it doesn't look very, it's a bit, I mean, this project is a mess, so it looks a bit like a mess. So I don't know if I have to pick up more stitches and then do a very, very stretchy bind off. And then, I don't know, it's not long enough, even though I followed the pattern. Here you have a very, very nice slip stitch band under the arm, but you know, see, I got it wrong here, but it doesn't matter, it's really under the arm. And if I finish it, I will wear it. I have a blue linen pair of trousers in that kind of blue, so I think that I would wear it, but it's not, I'm not done with it. I don't know if linen stretches and if I could just knit less, but I think I have to, I need to power through and try to not finish it too fast to be sure that it fits me, because I don't want to knit linen and I don't want to knit this top again, but I don't want to knit it, so I'm just, and even this, the small detail of having the ball in this shape is annoying me, and I just don't want to knit it. It's true that I have a lot going on in my life, work-wise, and you know, children, if you have children, you know that at the end of the year you have like sports and dance and all those things you have to attend, and buy a costume for the dance and buy whatever for the teachers. And so when I'm sitting in here, I do not want to think, and that's why transition, I casted on something new and easy, because I need some peace. I don't want to struggle. I think sometimes being me, being disabled, living in Paris, sometimes when I leave the house, just going to work is a struggle, and when I go home I just want to be quiet and do something that makes me happy, and this project is not making me happy right now. So I'm knitting something for my youngest daughter. Her name is Noah, without an H. Noah, N-O-A. And she's been wanting this sweater for ages, so it's I made one for her older sister in black last summer. So I'm doing one for her. It's a Marseille sweater, but size 15 years old, and she just wants the same colors as the one that's on the project page. So I'm using for the off-white drops Charisma 100% wool, and for the the green, I'm using Drops Daisy. The colorway is a number, I think it's 25, and I just finished the first stripe and joined in the round under the arm last night. The only thing I would say about this project is that she makes us do short row without wrapping. It's like just turn, and I don't like the result, especially in white. I think it's me. I don't know. It's very messy. I don't like it at all. So I think that if I would knit it again, I think I would just do German short row or wrap and turn, something that would hide more the short row, because now I think I'm going to block what I can, but I think it's going to show. It wasn't that obvious on black color, and maybe I succeeded in hiding a bit more the short rows, but look, it's not, and it's my second attempt, so that's what I would do. I'm knitting the bigger size, so I think it's 15 years old, and I'm not sure it's going to be really maybe, yes, it's going to be oversized. She wants the oversized look of it. So I'm knitting on this at the moment because it's easy, and I like to knit for my children, my daughters. My daughter, she comes from school and look at how much I have knitted. She's checking on me. Even though I don't think she's going to wear it before next autumn. Okay, so when I'm not knitting the Marseille sweater, and when I'm not knitting the everyday attitude top by Suzanne Sommer, I'm doing some granny square. I'm crocheting Sunburst granny square. So let me show you how much I've done, because I think it's been 2 months and I don't think you've seen my progress, so let's try to do that. Okay, so this is my knitting basket, and those are my granny squares. So those one are blocked and ready to be assembled. I haven't counted lately how much I have. So I have it's in Malabrigo Rios yarn, and I've done quite a few in off-white, Purpuras, English rose, Plomo, And last time I talked about this project, I knew I had to buy more yarn, but I wasn't sure about the color choice. So at first I was thinking about adding blue, but my girls and my husband thought, you know, what about very bright yellow? Because the purple and the gray are very dark colors, and the off-white is very, very white. So I needed something to balance. So I don't remember the colorway. But I like this color because it's a mix between pink and purple and some yellow. And then I add this color, and it's gorgeous. So let's talk about my process. Right now I'm trying to make 1 granny square per day. During the weekend I can make more if I maybe 2 or 3 if during the week I couldn't make any. So here I have next to me a pile that needs blocking. When I'm at the end of a color, like I do a mixed color one, so that was what I had left for white, and that's what I had left for purple, and that's what I had left for gray. But usually I do 1 color granny square, so this pile is waiting for me to be blocked. Let me show you my blocking system. Very low tech blocking system. Usually it takes 2 days to dry, and I have 4 drying at the same time. When they are dry, they go on my small knitting table. Those ones are dry. They've been off the blocking mat this morning, and I had to finish with all the small finishing steps. So usually I keep all the bits and pieces and threads in this box, and I'm going to use all those threads, I think, to put inside the Totoro crochet amigurumi that I'm making for my daughter. I haven't touched it, but I'm keeping all of this here, and I'm hoping to be able to use it. So you see, I have if I'm not making a granny square, I'm pinning 4 granny to dry. If I'm not drying any, I'm cutting all the yarn for the 4-1, and when they are blocked, they go in my knitting suitcase, and my objective is to finish crocheting all the square before we go on holiday, and I think I'll be done. The only thing is that I don't know how long and how large it's going to be. Sorry, but I don't want to buy more yarn, so it's going to be what it's going to be. So I have this left and this left, and I think, can I knit 10 10 squares in one ball of yarn. I had this statistic in my head a few weeks ago, but as a busy mom, this statistic, I forgot this one, just to remember that I had to buy off-white t-shirt and black trousers for the music, so dance thing for my daughter, so plus birthday present and Father's Day present and all that, so you know. I think 1 month ago I still remember quite clearly how many squares I had and how many I wanted to make and all that, but I think I have 100 at least. So this is what I'm knitting and what I'm crocheting right now. Okay, one of my favorite part of my knitting podcast is the planning one. Okay, so what am I going to talk about first? Okay, I'm going to talk about this project first. So Audrey from YarnFlakes, in one of her podcasts, she was talking about her new pattern that she released for free, an all over color work sweater with very small graphic detail. I'll put a picture next to my face. It's called the Calamadin. Where is my... Okay, what's the point of writing everything down if I don't read my notes? Okay, let's take a few. Okay, Calamondin sweater. It's on Ravelry and it's for free. What I like about this project is that I could use one ball of very shiny color. She said in her podcast that until size L large, you can go get away with one ball of color and then a few more for the main color. So I decided to use the yarn that I had for the I wanted to do the stripe sweater, but I couldn't get gauge. Stripe hype sweater. I couldn't get gauge. I'm not quite sure. So I started swatching because sometimes when I don't want to knit, I don't really like to swatch, but the only moment where I like to swatch is when I want to do color work. So first I started with the green, and we all agree in my family that it's very, very nice, but it gives Christmassy vibes. And I'm not sure I want to wear a Christmassy sweater. I want to wear something more versatile. So a few days ago I thought, okay, this yellow, it's what I have left from my patchwork cardigan, and it's not a full ball of yarn because I've used some of it, so I think it's chaos. I think it's chaos yarn in merino and brushed alpaca. Yes. This one is Filcolana Mohair. I think this one is a ball of knitting for olive. So some rest of my stash, so it's good. I'm using my stash. And the green that I'm not going to use with mohair, so I'll have like stripes without mohair, is from, it's a sock yarn that I bought in Berlin a few years ago. And in this color I have enough. So I first started swatching in green. Then I thought, okay, what about yellow? Because if you look at hers, it's bright orange. And I'm not wearing that much of a very pale and off-white. I mean, I'm knitting off-white, but it's not for me, it's for my daughter. So I like the idea of using bright color. I'm not afraid of colors. And when I send the picture to my husband, because I'm that kind of girl, in the middle of work, he has to vote and give his opinion on my knitting. And he said, you know what, I like both, so why don't you use the 3 colors? The 2 shiny colors with this. So I'm thinking of swatching a bit more, like do 1 stripe of green and 1 stripe of yellow. Just to, it's not a stripe, I'm talking nonsense, it's a small round. Just to see how much I like it. I don't know by heart the pattern, and so I'm swatching with a 3 millimeters needle, 3.25 on US 3 Chiagu needle. And I don't remember the gauge, but I think I'm getting gauge. So I might start knitting this in the near future. But then I have to keep in mind that I'll have to knit a full size sweater with 2 balls of the main color, 2 balls of the yellow and 1 ball of green. So maybe the knitting experience is not going to be that nice. She's not knitting her with mohair. She's just using a thicker yarn. You can check the pattern. It's on Ravelry for free. But you've seen the inside of my suitcase. It's full of yarn. So if I can use some of it, it's great. I can see in my phone that I have a few minutes left. So let's talk about this last project. So I've bought yarn, a big bag of yarn. I know I said that I wouldn't, but my father gave me a voucher to buy yarn for my birthday in August, and I didn't use it all because I wanted to buy chaos yarn for that project, and the website where I had the presents, the money, didn't provide chaos yarn until last month. So I thought, okay, this is a very expensive project for my budget, but with the money from my father, it can be my birthday present. So I just thought, okay, you know what? Just buy the yarn. So I talked about a few episodes ago about a French pattern called the Julie. It's an all-over colorwork sweater with a colorful, very, very colorful color scheme. And okay, I love it. So if I have a gauge and if I am sure and I'm still dreaming, I will need a brushed alpaca and merino from Chaos. This is Passionate colorway, and this is Bubbly in merino and alpaca. I started not really swatching, like doing something bigger than a swatch. It took me, was a bit difficult to get gauge because I'm a very tight knitter and the gauge is very, you're supposed to knit this sweater in with 2 balls, with mohair held double, so 2 strands of red and 2 strands of bubbly. But I thought, okay, I'm never going to get gauge knowing how I knit with 2 strands of mohair, plus it's more expensive. So I chose to add mohair, add merino, and so far I started knitting the hearts, and I don't know, I think I need to knit more to check if I like the fabric. I think I like it. Okay, this project is going to be a bit complicated, so that's why I haven't started it yet, because at the beginning of the episode I was telling you how I don't want to overthink my knitting, so I left it next to me, but I haven't started it. So I think I'm getting gauge in Chiago 7 4.5 millimeter needle. Let me show you a bit closer. So it's very, I love the colors. I realized that I would not be able to wear it. It's like it's not an everyday type of sweater, but I think it's a very nice birthday sweater. So I have a bag full of yarn, and I've used all the money that my father gave me to buy yarn. So I'm not going to, each time I say that it's not true, but you know, I'm not going to buy more yarn. It's not true. Because my birthday is in August, and maybe he'll give me another voucher on a yarn store. So I might buy more yarn, but it makes me happy too. And as long as I keep it in boxes and it's not all over the house, nobody says anything in my house, because I knit for them too. I don't knit only for me, so I can get away with buying more yarn when it's not for me. Okay, everything I bought, it's for me. It's for my birthday, it's okay. Okay, that's it. I'm supposed to go to the gym now, and it's raining. So I've used all the time, 40 minutes. So my lunch break is over. It's raining, so I'm not going to the gym. I'm going to start working again. I'll see you very soon. Okay, bye.